Once you switch on the equipment, if it is initializing well, so it gives a green. So if the green tick mark is there, so instrument has initialized fine. So wherever it is, you can just touch it and see. Like now I have just touched this, the green one, correct? So it gives my status, like what is the equipment. This is purely an Android based system, okay? The same Android. The firmware, everything is different, but it is built on the base Android base only. So the firmware in the sense, the equipment firmware is different, Android firmware is different. So here, this is the thing, okay? Android version, release, firmware, release, everything is there. If any connections are there, any licensing issues, you can just go and read it, okay? And here it's called local. Local in the sense it's a standalone equipment, it's meant to be a standalone equipment. Doesn't require any PC or anything, no need for software. If you buy software, you can just use it. Most of the connections and all, you can connect to Ethernet, you can connect to Wi-Fi, you can connect to Bluetooth. Whatever you connected, it's all only for data transfer. It's not for instrument equipment control. Okay? And here we are using it as a local. Local means it's a standalone equipment. The data transfer is possible by your USB drive, test histories. See here, wherever you are, just press these three lines, the dash lines, press home. Can you see it? Okay. We'll make once again if required. We should have made it as a 2 batches. Here, the first one, the bottom line I'm talking about, if you press it, the data will be like, there are 4 formats like TSP, CSP, and there is one more, sorry. And there is Thermo Fisher Cloud. These are all the 4 formats you can just export data. So the data will be like, you cannot see any spectrums here. It's totally no use of seeing a spectrum in this, because we are checking it only the DNA. What are all your intention to check in this? It is to check the impurity level and quantify and qualitative. Correct, yes, no? You are here quantitative. Most of the equipment manufacturers in the NanoDrop, quantitative not possible, qualitative identification possible. Here you can just quantify also. Just forget it. I'll give you that. That is called one. Here you got this test we have done it. For example, today's we have done it. It will give you in this format, like okay, date and the day and the date, and down to that the batch of the samples. Thursday I have done this, and Wednesday it was done this. Okay, so if you go into that, the particular one will come. It will give you the data this way. It will give you like a spectrum, but we are not really seeing it. We are seeing it only by this way, like a microgram per microliter, yes, and 260 by 30. Like it is also possible to see individual wavelength from 200 to 850 nanometers. You can see individual wavelength observance. That I will show you that. Wherever you are, just go back. 3 lines you touch it, say home and come back. Okay. So here I am talking about this was I was telling about, and next one is the setting. In the setting, you keep using it. You don't need to observe everything. Just have a look and keep using it. You will have hundreds of doubts. Keep writing. We'll be happy to answer. System, networking, export, general, dye editing, protein editor. Okay, the system we talked about. We are into the where we are into the settings here. Okay, this is for the data. This is for the settings. Here we are in the settings. In the system we talked about. The system, the Bluetooth, okay, and the brightness, date, so languages, so many things are here. We will forget about these things because it's already set. For example, date and time, if you want to edit it, you can just go back and do it. And the Bluetooth, if you want to enable, just go here and say enable the Bluetooth. If any Bluetooth is activated, it will come over there. You can catch up the data. You can export it. You can export it. I mean, you cannot import it through your device. You can export it to the device. Next one is networking. Networking, I told you, like Wi-Fi is possible. Through Ethernet also is possible. So Wi-Fi, you will have to just go to that particular Wi-Fi. If you say that, again, you will have to just go here and activate it. And you can just scan it visibility you can just make it off, refresh it, so many things are possible. Just say back and come back, ensure that it's off. Every time it will give you some kind of conflict, so better not to leave it and come back. Export, in the sense, they call it as export. Data transfer, they call it as export. The general one is like a data deletion. You can have your protection, like no one should take the data to be transferred without permission. Like you can put data settings and all. We are into the settings only. So you can just say that password protected all. So allow data deletion. So like if you have so much of data is like 32 GB data can be stored inside, and remaining thing you can just transfer it. 32 GB only it's possible. If it is full, you can just delete it. You can delete it by whole entire thing. You cannot delete it by particular device. And the second one is the data. If you wanted to have transferred more data, keep transferring it and storing it in the external device. It's a small Android device, so it cannot hold more data in it. You can put a password, which I told you now, and there are many possible. Protein dye editor is there. You can create your own dyes. Okay, if you have this, they have made it as like CY3, CY5. If you can't see it, I'm reading it. CY3, CY5, Alexa Flora 488, Alexa Flora 546, Alexa Flora 555. So these are all the dye they have edited and programmed it, stored it here. It's all logged. Okay, so either you can have it or don't have it for measurement purposes. Okay, so here you can just create your own dye